It's time.
Ooh, boy, you guys are a lively bunch already today. It's nice to see. How's everybody living today, huh? It is inevitable for me whenever I'm getting ready to start streaming that something comes up right before I come online. It's either the dog or whatever. Today it was the Roomba. It was the vacuum cleaner, and my camera's not working. Everything's great. Everything's great. Let me get my camera working. Piece of shit that it is. I need to swap back over to the one I bought for this sort of thing and stop using this cheap piece of shit that came with the computer. I think, yep, no, yes, no, yes, no, no. It stopped again. I deactivated it, activated it. And yeah. This thing is on its last legs, I think. And even if it's not, I'm on my last legs with it. All right, so real quick, it's 1:30. So 45 minutes or so from now, the game is going to update, which I assume they're just going to be adding in the Great Mothers event and all that jazz. Probably announcing some stuff being farmable, but we'll see. We'll see what it's looking like when we get there. But yeah, today the Roomba would not find its way back to its station, and then when it does eventually get to its station, oh hey Sop, what's going on, brother? When it does finally get to its station, it's self-emptying, and so it makes the loudest like whooring noise you've ever heard in your life. So I'm like, I'll just pause. The damn thing is sitting in the middle of the floor, just shut off. We'll send it home later. All right. Rolo shards. Who needs Rolo shards? I don't need Rolo shards. Yes, Stopper. Currently in Strike Force, I'm trying my damnedest on auto to get the last run in on the pocket dimension thing before they close it down. So I'm hoping I can get this one more run in before it's dead. Oh, sweet! You're getting close to LV. Then that's awesome. Yeah, because and glad. Yeah, now they're handing him to us for sure. Because I don't. When the Old Man Logan event comes down, I don't know that Cabal is going to be needed for it again. So I think you're probably making a good call there. Of course, they're continuing in Strike Force with Sentinel is under this new frickin' setup they're doing. Kind of a cool character. I played his little bonus event thing, you know. It's Doctor Doom. You know, he summons more and more Sentinels as he does more moves and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's these drop rates in these events are just absolute dog shit, and it's really, really frustrating. You know, opening all these. I do. I'm gonna have to look to see how many I've got, but I don't think I have 10. I haven't looked at the web milestone to see what I'm looking at or looking like for today. I will do so though at some point. I'm just trying to get this last run done. Desperately trying to get this last run done. Oh, that's right. That's what the milestone's for. I should have that done. I spent a lot getting getting characters up and running. I also, Sopper, I officially have enough Gear 19 characters that I can start Mephisto's Dark Dimension. I'm not getting anywhere. Like, it's been a couple of days of me just trying to grind out the first node because it's open to, whatever you want to bring. It's rough. It's going to take me a long time, but I mean, at least I got it started, and then I can get to the next nodes and start building teams around it and all that stuff. So, okay, let's see. Let's look at the web milestone. Oh yeah, mine's completed. Yeah, I was able to. I got Gladiator to 4 stars yesterday, so that was kind of cool. Um, that's a good team. It's a really really fun team. I've actually been able to ninja my way into the top 10 a couple times this week in the arena. I wish they would have reworked Surfer's kit a bit more. He seems like you're dropping him in favor of Apocalypse. I'm dropping him in favor of Apocalypse, and some people are dropping him in favor of Super Scroll. He just seems to be the odd guy out. Dude, Extreme X Men is my favorite team in the game. They're just such a blast, and Superior Six is a lot of fun too. Just okay, so Orcus is the name of the team, right? So we'll see. I'll see how many Sentinel shards I have. I don't think I have that many. Yeah, I have three. I have three Sentinel shards, and I've opened a bunch of orbs. I need to finish. Apparently, I need to finish Lady Deathstrike and Scientist Supreme, though. So I guess I know where all my resources are going for the next week or two. I have them unlocked, but they're both sitting at like 1 star with a bunch of shards. Like I haven't leveled them. I haven't done anything with them. They when I started playing, when having Lady Deathstrike would have mattered. Like getting Omega Red was a giant pain in the ass. This was where they just handed him out. Um, and then the Weapon X team has kind of been broken apart now. It doesn't really have a. There's not really a team anymore. So, and even more so now that Lady Deathstrike's being put onto Orcus. Um, so I just didn't bother. And AIM has always been just an absolutely horrible faction um, that didn't matter at all. So I never bothered doing anything with them. But seems like we're in the season of resurrecting older characters. Curious to see what'll come next. I do like the idea of the Sentinels. I wish the character model was bigger though. It's too damn small. Um, I wish they'd made it a little bit oversized, but maybe they have issues with that. But like the mission I played him in, you fight Kitty Pryde, and it's like the Sentinels are the same size as Kitty Pryde. And it's just like, yeah, they could have just made him just a little bit bulkier. I would have been fine with it. I haven't seen Nimrod's, but I mean, like as big as they don't even look as big as Doom. But like, so as big as Doom, just made them a little bit larger looking. Or, like big as Apocalypse, big as Nemesis. One of those guys that Dormammu is a pretty big character. Yes, I have seen the loading screens. Yeah. Oh, of course he doesn't get stealth. Oh yeah, I know who Nimrod is. I'm a very very long time X Men nerd, and even I was a teenager when the original X Men cartoon was out, but I still fucking watched it. It was so good back in the day. And now I'm in my 40s, and when '97 came out, I think '97 is the best Disney Plus show they've ever made, out of all of them. That's including Mandalorian and all that. I mean, it just barely beat the Acolyte, barely. Oh, those were you had to buy those. Those when they released, I can't remember who it was. When they released somebody, they were giving out um they were giving out costumes in the packs for those guys. Except for Black Bolts, like if Black Bolts you could unlock through a special event. But yeah, God, I can't remember who it was that gave like the. Oh, I think it might have been for when they were releasing Mephisto. They made the demonic looking ones for like Nova and Black Cat and all them. I think it was something for him. I just can't remember because I didn't do it because I was just like I'm not spending that kind of money on costumes. Let me check other nodes real quick. Well, I don't know who. If people didn't buy it, I should definitely hit this. They'll come around again. They will 100% bring those back at some point. Nothing's gone forever in Strike Force. They'll have it. They'll have them again. I can almost guarantee it. There, I earned everybody a Rolo shard. I'm a good boy. Yeah, I'm just going to put these on auto. Ah, there's our buddy Nooch. I'm not sure, Graxy. I'm not sure. I legit have no clue how most of that works, to be honest with you. That's 2 days in a row Nooch has rated us. He's a damn good guy. And I love the name. Makes me think of Jason Mewes from Jay and Silent Bob. Snooch to the Nooch. Oh yeah, I had a chat bot running for Stream Elements, and I disabled it because it was going to keep advertising the Raid Shadow Legends stuff. I just need to go in and clear out the Raid Shadow Legends stuff from it, and then I can turn it back on. And there we go. Final Shattered Dimension run complete. I'm pretty sure I should get an adapter. I should get like I should get an HDMI to Lightning adapter so I can run it through the HDMI, like and connect it to the monitor and then to display, and then I can play it from my iPad and stream it. I should do that. I should do that. That would be a wow. They actually cleared it. Good job, guys. That way I could stream Marvel Strike Force. You know. Oh, it's slash, not exclamation point. Well, that explains a lot. Overwatch. What is his leader? Well, that's super useful, Plo. But we're gonna go ahead and stick somebody else in the lead. I hope you don't mind. But again, super useful, super, super duper useful. No, it's not. But it's. I mean, I could have thrown Mace in there. I suppose he probably would have had. His probably would have been better, but or at least as good, but it's definitely better than Plo's. Yeah, I don't even have Yoda's. I don't even have his lead. I don't have his lead Zetaed even on my main account. So I mean, I don't. So definitely, it's saying something that it's not great. But when you have Jedi Knight Revan or Jedi Master Luke or any of the number of better Jedi leads that are in the game. You know, why use it? So I know everybody seemed excited when they updated his character model. I think a lot of folks thought we might have been getting a rework for him, but then everybody got a facelift, at least a new portrait, and a couple other characters got other cosmetic lifts. So, I mean, his kit, he's still fantastic, even with his kit being what it is. I mean, he's still just all around one of the better Jedi. Throw him in almost every team, and he's gonna add something. Oh, you know, I probably should have thrown Bastila in as the lead now that I'm thinking about it. And especially now they're giving us random Bastila shards, which I don't think it's random. I think they're going to be prepping us for a new capital ship here soon. And I think we're going to get an Old Republic capital ship, a light side one. That's my guess. Probably the Endar Spire if you're an old school KOTOR fan and nerd like I am. I mean, they could do. It might not be the Endar Spire, but it'll probably be that design. Yeah, the poor old Ebonhawk. I've told the story before. I was like 22 when that game came out, maybe 23. I can't remember. If it was very close to my birthday, and I remember there used to be a chain of electronics and entertainment stores on the west coast of the United States called Hastings, and me and my buddy Scotty we were just hanging out, and we hopped in there. I can't remember why we were even down at the mall. We were out doing something, but we hopped in there, and I didn't even know the game was coming. You know, this was before the internet and Twitter. You know, hype was word of mouth, or it was in publications. You know, it was video game publications. There used to be tons of them, and now I think Game Informer being gone, the last one is toast. Yeah, the Endar Spire. Endar Spire was the ship you started out on, with somebody. Trask was his. I can't remember his first name, but yeah, his last name was Trask. I remember, and you did like your tutorial after you created your character, and you were escaping the ship, before the. You more or less just making a run to the escape pods. Yeah, 2003, but I can't remember what date. My birthday's in the summer, so I was either 22 or had just turned 23 when it came out. But we saw it, and like I knew nothing about it. Bought it blind, and holy crap! What a transformative RPG that turned out to be. I forgot you deploy ships and characters separately. 1.3, 1.8. So you're going to get my deploy here. the good news is about, those, you can get both of those games on your iPhones or your iPads. Um, you can also get them for free. I think actually through Twitch right now, through Twitch Prime. I think that's one of the free games. I saw Nihilus's face pop up in one of the things where they're advertising it, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get KOTOR. But if you're gonna get KOTOR 2, get it off of Steam and get the restored content mod, because they famously released the game incomplete. KOTOR 2 was not, they wanted to get it out in time for Christmas, so they didn't finish the game, but they left all the incompleted stuff in files in the game, and over the years people have data mined and pulled it out and restored it, and you can actually play a fairly close version of what the game was originally meant to be on PC now. And they were doing a port to Switch for KOTOR 2, and they were going to include the content, which made me hopeful that, oh hey, maybe they'll bring it to consoles, because Xbox you can also still get KOTOR and KOTOR 2, but then they ended up canceling that on Switch for whatever reason. Aspire, that's the same company that got handed the remake for KOTOR a couple of years ago and have just been monkey fucking it ever since. I don't think that game's going to come out, guys. The KOTOR remake or remaster or whatever they were going to call it, I don't think it's going to come out, because everything Aspire has touched has just been absolute dog shit. But yeah, if you've ever played KOTOR 2, or if you played it a lot like I have, and you know the story, the flow, characters and things like that, and how they all interact and relate to each other, get it on PC if you can. Get the restored content mod, and it's awesome. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind how good it is. It takes a great game, as technically imperfect as it was, and takes it to a whole nother level. I don't know if you can get the restored content on mobile. That I'm not aware of, but and I haven't even tried. I don't think you can get the restored content on mobile, but you can play I think. Hang on, let me look. I'm looking on iOS, so I can't speak for Google, but let me look on my iPad real fast. Search Knights. There is a bundle for, it's normally $25. You can get both KOTOR games on mobile. 4.5 out of 5 stars out of 140 ratings. But you can get both games. But or you can buy them separately for $15 a piece. But yeah, I doubt there's any restored. Apparently KOTOR 2 has a bug, or had a bug. Yeah, I mean, get them on console. KOTOR 2, and this might sound like blasphemy to some people, KOTOR 2, story-wise, to me is superior to KOTOR 1. And they added so much depth gameplay-wise that it honestly, to me, is the better game. Despite all of its bugs. Yeah, if you don't need a super powerful PC to play them. They're 20-plus-year-old games. But yeah, if you can get KOTOR 2 on a PC, just a basic laptop, get it from Steam, download the restored content, it's so worth your time. Especially if you've never played it, those games are worth your time. But if you have played them and you knew that KOTOR 2 was incomplete and you want to see the whole picture, yeah, if you want to see the whole picture, You got to get that restored content. And there's been a lot of people, dozens and dozens of people, maybe even hundreds, who have spent years working to get that restored content out and running. It was a couple of it started out as a passion project for a couple of individuals, and then it became a big thing, and lots of people kicked in. And again, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. We're never, unless Obsidian pulls out all the files and gives them to somebody to completely redo the whole thing, it's never going to be perfect, but it's pretty awesome. It's my personal opinion that it's better than KOTOR 1. For whatever reason, I saw the big twist with KOTOR 1 coming a mile away. But KOTOR 2, the writing is amazing, and they just take concepts and expand on them to a point that KOTOR 1 never went into. Yeah, my only real beef with KOTOR 2 is compared to KOTOR 1, it starts kind of slow. Like I really I don't want to say I hate the time you spend getting off of the first couple of planets, but once you're able to chase the story, like once you're done with the first two planets basically, or the first two zones, the galaxy, it's only a couple of planets, but the galaxy opens up to you and you can pursue the story any way you see fit. You can go to planets in whatever order. And that just, it takes a little bit longer in KOTOR 2 to get that part and get that stuff going than I would prefer it to, but that is, to me, it's a minor nitpick. And it's not like I don't enjoy it and don't have fun. It's just, I know what's coming and I'm impatient to get to it, I guess. Maybe is the best way to say it. Well, I think the key might be to make sure whatever you're getting isn't a port from Aspire. Um, that seems to be where a lot of the problems are coming. Like when they said the original Battlefield games were being remastered and re-released and whatever, I was super excited. I bought them, and then I saw Aspire did them, and I'm like, oh, they didn't improve anything. Yes, I have them. I have them both on my Xbox as well. But you can't get the restored content, which I wish they would just fucking just they just need to fucking handle that. They just need to fucking handle it, or give it to a studio that's not Aspire and let somebody capable fix the fucking game. Get the game that was supposed to be released into everybody's hands so people don't have to, have a PC and Steam and mods and all that stuff. I will say it's very stable on PC if you get it through Steam. It's very, very stable, and it's very cheap. It's very, very cheap. Yeah, it was very aggravating with the restored content thing being, we were told it was coming and then it got canceled like that, because that was giving me hope that they would put that pack out on all the systems. because I mean, if you've played the game, I mean, if you've played KOTOR 2 and not played it with the restored content, then you know what I'm talking about. Like, it always felt incomplete. You know, there was like, spoilers, HK-47 gives you a quest to go and find the factory that he was made in and blah, 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 because stuff that's going on. And then that quest is just non-existent in the base game, but in the restored content, you can go to the factory. You can do that quest. You can finish that storyline. And then the way the last scenes play out is completely different in the original release of the game than what was intended, and the restored content gives you that back. It gives you so much stuff. Weapons and armors that were supposed to be in the game. In fact, they were in the strategy guide. Like, I bought the strategy guide because I was like, oh, I want to deep dive into this game. You know, I want to see everything there is to see. There's so many items that never came out with the base game that are now restored and fully in the game. Different weapons, armors, mods, and all sorts of things. It's crazy. And then it still bugs me we never got a KOTOR 3. Now, granted, we got the Old Republic MMO, which is fantastic. I don't really have time to devote myself to a full-on live service MMO. I played it for a while. I spent a couple of years in the game, but just couldn't keep up with it, you know? After a while, it just got to be too much. It's the same reason I don't play WoW. I was playing WoW at a fairly high level for a long time, and then it just started to feel I don't have Padme unlocked, so I think everybody wants them. But here's the problem, and I guess the book is Legends now, so it wouldn't really matter. But they did a book covering what KOTOR 3 probably would have been. It's a good book. It's worth reading, but it's definitely the story that kind of bridges KOTOR 2 and the Old Republic storyline. I guess I can do one more battle. But the game, we've got about not even 10 minutes till the game updates. Oh, I wanted to look at. I mean, I guess I have Night Sister as Stagger. Who does Stagger? I know Stark, Dark Bastila. We'll see if my Night Sisters can get anything going. Not that it matters. Like, I have zero problems playing this game mode on the new account, and it's more or less free rewards, but it could not matter less because you don't get any shards on easy. It's really kind of frustrating. Yes, Zepho and Mandalore give you Kairos. It's a nice bonus. It's a very nice bonus. It's a lot actually. I mean, it adds. I think it's 75 of each total for if you get them from both planets. I think it's 50 for Mandalore and 25 of each for Zepho. Yeah, it's a decent amount. It really is. And then the extra stars translate into extra rewards. If you're able to max out the planets. Zepho is very easy to max out. Mandalore, you can more or less do it from filling a few platoons and doing the fleet battle. And I'm hopping over to the other account. The splash page on the EA app. Play the latest Conquest. Conquest exclusive character Ezra Bridger Exiled has arrived. And by arrived, it means the process to unlock him is underway, and I'll get to play him 3 months from in about 3 months, 3.5 months, give or take, actually. We'll get him that the third Monday in November, and then probably have the Ahsoka event. Yes, some will be able to play him. So we'll get him, and then we'll get we'll probably get the Ahsoka Galactic event. The GL unlock event will either happen later that week or the next week. It's falling very close to American Thanksgiving, so I'm sure CG takes a decent amount of time off for that. So we'll have to see what their timing is like. Because I'm sure they're going to want to be in the office for support in case there's a bug, which, I mean, there's probably going to be a bug. Well, I mean, we're not going to have to wait long. They said Marok and Shin are coming out this year. So that means neither of those two are Conquest characters. So that means those two are going to be marquees unless they do a chase for one of them. Yeah, they're doing some pretty exciting things. Like the whole thing, we read the big article that they put out yesterday, or the big post, and with the mercenary tag and who's getting the mercenary tag and who isn't. They're doing some very, very interesting stuff. I do not have much in the way. I only have to platoon 7 characters and 0 ships today. Unless, hold on, did they give me? They did not. They didn't give me anything for Zepho, so I guess we're not doing platoons in Zepho today. And I'm hoping we get enough platoons filled up to where, although this one says it doesn't, not to wait for platoons, don't affect this one at all. So we're going to go do Conquest and let people do their thing with platoons, and hopefully we can bounce into all of this stuff. There's my world famous R9 Cyana Django. Guild asked and volunteered. He's actually a decent character to use here in this territory battle. Well, I mean, it's At some point, you probably wow. Somebody did my Grand Admiral Thrawn there too. Well, oh, Veers. They're taking my Veers. I think at some point we should be getting the game update any second, so we might have to restart. It's one of the best ways to push for more stars is to just even if you do it slow and you pick one planet to start getting an extra star on, you get a few people to do a character and fill out the platoons. They really are. It's a crazy amount of points. Oh, look at this. Jawas. Well, I won't be getting a red crate there. All right, come on, game update. Where are you? I don't want to start something and get kicked. Well, it'll actually, if I do a battle, it'll probably force the update after I end the battle. What was the win with Jar Jar surviving? He should be well rested by now. I think we still have to do the retaliate. Well, I know a lot of people aren't giant fans of the current. Like my guild nonstop has been talking with the discs suck, the feats are really grindy. People lose their motivation to play Conquest when things are like that. I'm honest to God, I I could probably get rid of all my data disks, and I'm not sure I would notice that much of a difference, other than with like massively overpowered. All right, where's the update, folks? It did say 11:15, or did it? It didn't push during the swap, did it? No, because Great Mother's event isn't in there. They'll hit deploy here in a second. They're out being chill in Cali. So these two, luckily, we can wrap up into one with Imperial Remnants. So Ewoks. Fuck the Ewoks. Oh, Voluntary Vanguard. Nice. That's always a great disc to have. Yep. Yeah, the Jawas are dog shit. Well, Phoenix is a turn meter train team. And Wampa Relic 7. Ooh, let's see how these guys do against Revan. Probably poorly. I'm going to guess fucking poorly. Yep, poorly. Yeah, dude. Sabine and Ezra, just giant pains in the ass. In well, and Mon Mothma too. Yeah, they just they just don't give a fuck. So we need to win with Keller and Beck surviving. 20. Yeah. Yeah, that shit needs to get capped. Like I've seriously watched Sabine just be like, "Oh, this is the character that needs to survive for you to get progress on the global feat," and just take turns until that person died, and the second they're dead, obviously she stops. But I've seen that happen a lot. It's not great. Well, you're probably in easy mode conquest too, right? Because if you're in easy mode, I mean, you want to do as good as you can, but you also you're on normal. You're on normal. Okay, so you can earn shards. Well, I mean, dude, there's a lot going on. I'm sticking with easy mode for a while on my new account, at least. Actually, hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, until I'm 4 million and I can do hard, I'm not going to touch conquest. I think you have to do normal once to unlock hard, but yeah, I'll do that at like the end of whatever one is currently going on, so I can start on a fresh one in hard mode the next time. So I mean, that's probably going to be, I don't know how many conquests from now. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a good long while. Oh, you've got massively overpowered. I mean, yeah, dude. One conquest can be a lot. Two is definitely a lot. Three is, yeah, you're pushing some territory. Come on, CG. Where's the update? I think we're actually getting more progress from gaining blight on our own characters than we are inflicting it. Do I have that potency data disk equipped? Do I even have the potency data disk on this account? Am I thinking something different? There it is. Really wish you could see what was what over here. All right. Yeah, look, dude, look how creative the bots are getting. Getting so creative with trying to get past the filters. Well, that potency disc made a difference, that's for sure. Yeah, but they keep trying, don't they? They're very persistent. They want to sell their cheap viewers. Cheap viewers to the highest bidder. He's just gonna stay there for a minute. So he took one counterattack for every stack of damage that hit him right there. I like how they actually finished his animation. He stood up the way he normally stands up. He didn't just like end the stun and magically pop up. He actually did the animation. That was kind of cool. No, no, you never showed me that. You never showed me that. I did. I had a weird. I can't remember if it was on stream or not, but yesterday I had a weird one with like Padawan Obi-Wan had flipped in to do an attack and got stunned, and like his stun was halfway in, like when he flips back to join the team. It was pretty hilarious. He was just hanging there, frozen. Oh, here comes a Mon Mothma murder train. That's awesome. I'll have to take a minute to see if I can get it up onto the stream. I think they just have to save it to my computer and then I can go to display mode. Yeah, he's just relaxing. He's saying this is where I sit now. Do you wish your Mon Mothmas half as awesome as these Conquest Mon Mothmas are? Well, hello there, Battle Fries. General Kenobi. We are indeed having a fine day and as much fun as you can have in Galaxy Heroes as possible playing Conquest. Waiting for this update that CG is supposed to be putting out to hit. It's almost 30 minutes past the time they said they were going to drop it. Damn it, we were so close to getting him gone. This is actually where having normal Death Trooper would be pretty awesome for the death mark. Oh, we got him. We dispelled his bust before he died. Perfect. That was beautiful. I mean, completely on accident, but beautiful. Happy accident, I guess. Bob Ross style. All right, CG. Where is the update? Converse agility will take it. I don't know, maybe it'll trigger if we... Nope. Okay, how much stam are we looking at with these guys still? 50? Yeah. We'll go back to busting out stuff with Kellerin. Yeah, they are all relicked up. They're a very fun team. Little worried how they're gonna do in 3v3, but I mean Captain Enoch and the two zombies I think will probably be okay on offense against a lot of stuff. The trick is going to keeping Captain Enoch alive in 3v3 and JC, because if you bring in that setup where you've got him and the two zombie bros, there's no tank unless one of the zombie bros dies to a non-crit and gets decay, and then they taunt. Well, yeah, no, I'm worried about offense, because if Enoch goes, they can still last a while, but yeah, they without a pre-taunt. Oh, look, it's Mon Mothma on both. Excellent. Yeah, the lack of a pre-taunt or a tank that can taunt right away it's definitely going to make Enoch very, very vulnerable even on offense. So probably be one of those things where you kind of have to pick and choose. Now, I guess you could run it with leaving one of the zombie bros out and having Stormtrooper in there. That could be a way to go, but you're definitely cutting the offense of the team in half doing that. He's gone. I mean, I think at 10 plus stacks, if he bites, it's a million damage. I think. I think it's 100k per stack, or is it 10k per stack? The numbers. I'm gonna have to slow it down the next time I'm doing it. The numbers flash by so quick, but I mean, if they have, even if at 10k, if they put 20, 30 stacks on there, that probably would one bite even Jabba, maybe, depending on the Datacron. I hate this. I get it, but I hate it. Like, just give us a freaking. Just give us a freaking. Wait, hold on a second, though. Does DTMG have the Empire tag? Yes, he does. Of course he does. But just give it. Let us do it in one battle and be done with it. Yeah, he's one of the. Well, I guess not one of the few, but like the newer. I mean, not that this matters a whole lot, but okay. Yeah, he was still Empire. You're right. Look at his stacks of Padawan lessons going down as his stamina's going down. Yeah, that's a lot of damage, and that's per stack. So yeah, he can definitely mess somebody up. Hi, Bucky. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you're a good kitty. You're a good boy. Okay. Buddy, you cannot headbutt my headset and my mic. You just can't do it. Bucky's come to say hi. He's gonna hang out while we play Star Wars. Big fluffy pain in the ass that he is. As you can see, he just sent my microphone crashing into my face. Dude, enough. This is why I can't have nice things, because I have cats and kids. All right. Finish him off on auto, boys. Come on. I wonder if Egnards has done a calculation on it. He's kind of the math guy for Galaxy of Heroes. He honestly could probably tell you off the top of his head if he's looked into it yet. He would probably be able to give us an answer. But yeah, I've seen videos of it doing absolutely crazy stuff. Look at this cat is attacking my microphone. Oh, yeah, he's incredibly vicious. Hi, buddy. You're bringing the stream to a halt, dude. You're bringing it to an absolute halt. I can kind of see the screen. My microphone's in my mouth. Okay, come on here, buddy. Can you just like perk just right there? Just park it. Park it. Park it for me. Thank you. Oh, good Lord in heaven. Oh yeah, no, he's horribly vicious. Oh no, dude. I this is my buddy. This is my best friend. This is Bucky. We've had Bucky for we got Bucky before Sammy was born. I had to go to IKEA in Pittsburgh to get display cases for my collection, and we needed pet food. So we stopped at a Petco that was near the IKEA, and they had a cat adoption event. My wife and I were both animal lovers, cats especially, and so imagine there was this walled off area with a bunch of families and all these little kids playing with kittens. And we went over to look just to say hi to the kitties. We had zero like intention of picking up a kitten. And sitting in the back in a cage, ignored because he was 1 year old, he wasn't a kitten, was this guy. So we pulled him out. We just fell in love with his personality and we adopted him on the spot. Randomly saved him from a cat adoption event at a Petco in Pittsburgh. His original name, the name that they had given him when at the shelter, was actually Boba Fett. But we had a little pirate theme going with our cats' names, so we called him Buccaneer, Bucky for short. And he's a good kid. He's my best buddy. But he's just a pain in the butt sometimes. He never, like, he'll get this aggressive with me, but, like, never when I'm just sitting on the couch watching Family Guy or whatever. No, it's always when I'm trying to do something that he's like, hey, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. He's a good kid, though. We're a giant fan. We have a dog who's he's a golden doodle, so he's part golden retriever, part poodle. And how do the French do pet names? The hell am I doing? I'm getting rid of Kelly. Bucky, dude, you. Each year has its own letter. So every year that they own the animal, they add another letter to its name. Oh, I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So if you were to adopt a pet in France or a dog in France this year, and this year's letter is we'll just say Z, then you have to name the dog Zoe or something to that effect. Well, that's not the weirdest thing I've ever heard of the French doing. Okay, so we can bust out a couple of either of these while we're getting to the. It's not. I mean, it's not a bad system, and I mean, there at least it's a system with logic to it. It's not just some stupid politician's whim. And that can be fun. But maybe you hold off a year until you know what the new letter is, you know? Okay, so Gungans. Let's just win a couple of Gungan battles until we get to Dash, and then we'll do a Gungan battle against Dash, and then we'll and then we have to do some wins with Quadme. Well, with Master Qui-Gon. Well, that didn't last very long, did it? Oh, nice to see that the anti-revive Zeta is alive and strong. As much of a pain in the ass as this team is on defense in the Grand Arena, in most other areas, they are just kind of not super fun to play. What was this notification I just got on my phone? Ah. But we are doing no damage to these guys. Well, so allegedly, this is the claim that was made by CG. Allegedly, the new Night Mother team is supposed to be Gungan level power with the Great Mothers. I mean, we'll find out. We all know Arnold will be testing the crap out of it, at least in Squad Arena tomorrow. Be interesting to see what GAC combinations in 3v3 are going to be the way to go. Although I'm sure it's going to be Great Mothers, Morgan plus one other. Okay, so we actually don't need to do these because we have the things already, but well, they said it's an elite marquee, so I'm suspecting it's probably going to be the 500 if I had to take a guess. Okay, Bucky, stop headbutting the microphone. Please, buddy. Didn't Grand Inquisitor need 800? Didn't he need something insane? Wasn't he above what the normal amount for a character of his power would be? I'd say Al, you're only missing SLKR smack and dash around. You're not missing much. Yeah, well, there's the non-Empire feat completed. So we've hit the main node that I'm going to be farming for Datacron stuff. Need lots and lots of this stuff, and then between this and Sector 1, obviously, to farm just actual Datacrons. All right, so now we need to win with DTMG surviving. Okay. So we'll bust out the other half of the Imperial Remnant here. Yeah, we need one more IR character. Because this team doesn't have a tank without them, and then you got to use Dark Trooper, who's not ideal. He's still kind of meant to go with Piet, even though Piet kind of should just be going with Lord Vader at this point, I guess. It's very weird. But yeah, we need one more thing. And everybody's dazed, so there will be no mass assist. It'd be really sweet if I could get his taunt going here in a second. I'm actually thinking about busting out those zombies for this part. At this rate that we're progressing. Could bust out Lord Vader and just put him underneath. I don't necessarily need to use this team. He just needs to survive. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're just going to put him under Lord Vader and call it a day. I don't know why I didn't think about that sooner, but... Of course, that means I need to actually select him to put him under Lord Vader instead of just grabbing my Squad Arena Lord Vader team. Well, look at that. Dash is faster than Lord Vader. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Where is the damned update? They said 11:15 Pacific Daylight Time, which is now past an hour. With cheeseburger, I haven't eaten yet today at all. You know, let's just use this team to unlock this node for simming since we're here. See, Sacramento, I'm not familiar with, but you know, I've only ever been through there a time or two. But they, as far as I know, should just be on Pacific time, which is 3 hours behind me. Unless there are places in the United States that don't recognize the daylight savings time changes. So there's always a possibility Sacramento is in one of those counties that just doesn't give a damn and are therefore, you know, they're 4 hours behind me instead of one, but I've never, I mean, maybe they're just having an issue. I don't know. Or maybe we just need to manually restart the game, or maybe they pushed it on mobile and haven't pushed it on PC. I'm not sure. Or maybe I need to go and manually update it. That's always a possibility as well. So maybe we'll exit the game and go to the EA app loading screen real quick and see if the update is there. Yeah, we'll do that real fast because I want to take a look at these. Characters. Manage. Nope, just there's only the option to view properties, repair, and uninstall. I wonder if we hit repair, if that'll download the latest version, if it's even out yet. I mean, I could have waited 5 minutes to see if they'd pushed it an hour or not, but we'll see what happens. Honey, you should still have about 5 minutes before he's here. Has anybody seen the update on mobile yet? Yeah, nothing. No message. No event. Interesting. Gas node. Defeat an enemy with Padawan Obey. Win without using any Galactic Republic. Win with Luthien Rail surviving. I have not leveled mine up. Are they not letting us fight Ezra this time? That's interesting. We've been fighting the reward character in the final node for the past several conquest cycles, and now all of a sudden he's not here. It's very curious. Very, very curious indeed. All right. Yeah, mine. I have Luthien unlocked. I just haven't done anything with him. Other than the basics, but you can miss 34 of the things and still get red crates. So I'm not super concerned. I'm not going to throw resources at him for 5 on a node in a sector, but sure, that seems like a great data disk. Okay. So lots of burritos on the line here. Gain accuracy up 50 times. Defeat 25 enemies with Death Trooper Peridia specifically. Attempt to inflict plague 100 times. So that's all Night Sisters all the time. Win 15 battles with Geonogy and Spy surviving. So yeah, my Night Sisters and my Geos aren't well, yeah, I guess that's true. Well, he's a Jedi though. They could put him. Yeah, but she had made up generic Naboo troopers. She had like Captain Panaka and Naboo soldiers in her team, which aren't in the game. So I mean, they could have put him with Jedi. They could have put him with Phoenix. You know, they could have done some tweaking. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, my Night Sisters and my Geos aren't great, so I'm gonna have to find easier nodes. But the Naboo Panaka and the Naboo soldiers are already they're in TB. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's they could have found a way to make him work. At least I think they could have found a way to make him work. But I mean, maybe he's not finished. Maybe he's not in a place where they feel like they can show him off. Well, I mean, I was kind of assuming that we would get, we would have these three and then Panaka and then, a generic Naboo soldier as the fifth for the team instead of just kind of randomly grabbing whatever to. Right now, for me, it's usually like Tech and Echo from the Bad Batch. I assume that they would at some point have added her full team based on that end zone, which they didn't do. Sith offense is cut in half. The kid is going to be home here in a few minutes, which means the dog is going to go nuts here in a few minutes. So I'll mute the mic until the kid's inside and he stops his yapping. There we go. Keep pulling off the revives so I can keep getting the accuracy up. We might have the feat completed because of that wonderful, beautiful luxury Omicron on Padawan Obi-Wan. Whenever he does a special move, he basically gives his whole team every buff. So we got 35 of them done already. It's a luxury. It's 100% a luxury. I will never say otherwise. But as long as they're putting those kind of... well, it's only anti-revive if he's in the lead. We just killed them. You know, as long as they're putting these get whatever of these onto characters, then that Omicron is making life easier. And then with Yoda to spread it around. There it is. Dispel it. Kill it. Yeah, look at that. 16. And I get myself 2 more of that consumable. Okay, so Death Trooper Pretia. He is kind of out of action. His stamina is pretty low. And my Night Sisters are absolute dog shit, as are my Geos. But maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, God. Steadfast Retribution. The single worst thing in the game, in my opinion. Just absolute dog shit of a modifier. It's just the fucking worst. Just the fucking worst. Well, okay. So, win 15 battles with Geospy surviving. Which means that one is cheesable if your Geos aren't great. And it's cheesable thanks to our buddy Grumpy Luke up here. And is that Spy? No, that's Soldier. That's GBA. There he is. Okay. Used to know who was who before they did this malarkey with the. Okay, Sam's home. Muting the mic. We have a moment of silence. We'll see if it continues. The dog's just happy his kid is home. We'll see if it holds up. It's holding up. All right. Looks like we can continue. So luckily he's under stealth, so that's going to help with the cheese. We want to get rid of his AoE as soon as we can. That's what I was kind of afraid of. This is honestly probably not the best node to be trying to cheese this on, but might just have to bust out the Quad May and all them again. Yeah, doing this on a node where you're not killing yourself while, going against a team that's constantly healing themselves and ramping is probably the way to go, but I figured it was worth a shot. Yep, okay. So let's just get clear of this one with a different team. But yeah, anytime you need to try to cheese something. Yeah, and Watt feeding them, exactly. But anytime you need to cheese something on most nodes, that team will help you get the job done. And it works for almost any character, as long as you can call the assists. Like if you need targeted kills with a setup, it'll work. If you need somebody to survive, it'll typically work. What do we got, babe? Nice. I've got an open bag of chips if you want to give him my open bag of chips. Okay, well, you know what? It actually doesn't matter who we use. Let's just grab. I always love getting to use SLKR. He's just an absolute blast of a GL to play. There we go. All right, we are now 3:26, and we have not gotten. Yeah, we've not gotten a message that the game needs to be restarted. I'm not sure if we want to try the cheese on this node. Yeah, we'll clear this node off, and then we'll keep looking. This will when it comes to grinding out feats, it's not something I'm gonna probably end up doing on stream. That's something I'll do on my own time. But if we can get feats done as we're playing, that's obviously the preferred way for me to do things. I remember when we were reading it yesterday. Yeah, it does like a 5% on raid bosses, and well, that's why I want to be into the game, because I want to actually. That's why I want the update. I want to be able to actually see the verbiage in game, because some of it was there was definitely some things in how they worded stuff that was kind of interesting. But yeah, they're absolutely going to be a horror show from Malgus. Anything that's reducing max health is just not a good situation for him. Yeah, they're yeah, it's going to be it's a very interesting, and dealing with new mechanics is always fun, and there's also the unfortunate fact that CG might change their mind if it turns out the interactions are I mean, Morgan is kind of my first instinct for who you'd want to bless first, but it doesn't necessarily have to go that way. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun team to play. Freaking bonus attacks, man. Okay, so we got Datacron. Let's do some Datacron talk while we're rating for this. So faction level 6 on Night Sisters. Those are the possibilities. Like that right there. Absolute nightmare if they get going. Even keeping Zombie alive, that could be a fun one. Night Sister allies inflicted bonus damage equal to 10% of that enemy's max health. I mean, they are debuff monsters. That one could be awesome. Oh, I haven't even looked at her level 9. Is it a revival thing? It wasn't on my list. I haven't played around with Zombie with Morgan yet. Yeah, even Morgan's level 9 isn't like that's fine. That's not super exciting. This one could be fun. Because she's always gaining foresight, and the 20% in protection up could be quite fun. Yeah. Right. Yeah, because the Great Mothers are going to have a curated Datacron, which will should be on their 7-star node. So their second to the last in the event is where that one should be unlocked. So you can get them to, if you can get them to 7 stars before the event ends, you can get that Datacron, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. But the level 6 on those is still random and it can still be re-rolled. Yeah, the level 9's guaranteed. Everything else is random. Well, yeah, do we even know what the Great Mother's level 9? It's not even in the. I think when they release the character, hopefully the Datacron will pop up into here. We can see what it says. Yeah, be very curious. I mean, the update is now very late, unless it's just. It could be out everywhere else and just not on PC client yet. Go into your Datacrons, go into the set, and then click the eye right here next to the name. And then it'll bring up every possible combination for every possible thing. I mean, typically I rely on, like Zareth Prevails puts out big graphics and stuff like that with these things on there. Um, and his recommendations for what you should be going for. So I typically never mess around in this, but hey, we're talking about it, so let's pull it up and actually read what the stuff has to say. But yeah, oh, sorry, did not mean to click all the way out. So this cron, it's not a horrible effect for Night Trooper. This is his curated one. It's pretty decent. A little more useful it seems to be more useful in TW than in GAC, but it's not horrible. It's not bad at all for Night Trooper. And then we're getting character level 9. Where is he? Death Trooper Peridia. This, if he's got decay on, could end up being very, very nasty. That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I'm guessing it's going to be locked under Imperial Remnant because we see some Blight callouts under IR. But it's possible. It's very, very possible that we could see it land under both. Because, I mean, there is a world where you can use the new troopers with the new Night Sisters, and, their damage isn't as good, but you can. That is something that can happen, but I'm pretty sure... I might have enough to... Okay, so we rolled Night Sisters, so we can hop down to here. Yeah. So you can't roll Death Trooper under Night Sisters. You can just roll it under IR. Oh, look, I got tons of stuff I can... Because I already kind of have an Imperial Remnant Cron from the last set, so getting a Night Sister Cron going would be preferable, but that's not the level 6 I want. Kind of want that one. This one wouldn't hurt my feelings either. But either like these three right here would be my preference. Yeah, reroll for the wordy. The wordy cron. Oh, look, and I got the wordy Imperial Remnant. I kind of want to keep this. Kind of want to keep this one. But I can go grab a new cron too and just start over. Yeah, I have to fully unlock before I can re-roll anyways, so... Unless I start a new cron and just leave it at 3. Yeah, we can go to here. No, we can go to here after we go to there. We can just buy a cron. Still got plenty of that. I'm gonna have to go farm acumen too at some point, anyways. But yeah, we can start a new cron easy enough. Nice, good defense. Light side, boo. I've only got a couple rerolls. Let's see if we can. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm excited about it. Okay, what? Is this? No, that's light. I can try to re-roll this one to dark side too. Hang on. Which is the level 6 that I think we really want? This one, right? 4-sider stealth, all allies gain 5% turn meter and critical stacking damage. That one. This is the level 6 we want for Night Sisters, right? Like, that's the high priority one. Oh, this is one effect right here, right? That's one level 3. Yeah, that's the one we want. That's, yeah, because the bullet point right there is this one. So that's the thing we want. We want the wordy one. So yeah, let's see if we can get this for the Night Sisters. No. We've got a ton of this material and a ton of currency. There it is. Where'd the stream go? I think it's on your end, buddy. Yeah, but I've had really good luck rolling crons on stream. Because took us a couple of tries, but there it is. Level 6 bonus mechanics for Night Sister characters. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with defense down, reduce their max protection by 5%, stacking max 50%. Whenever a Night Sister ally gains 4-sider stealth, all Night Sister allies gain 5% turn meter and critical damage stacking until the end of the encounter. Whenever an enemy attacks out of turn, all Night Sister allies recover 40% health and protection and gain retribution for 1 turn and 15% turn meter. Yeah, that's going to hurt a lot of teams. A lot of teams. And we're back. But yep, there it is. Here, I'll let me hit transition. Just make sure their most current broadcast. But yeah, only took a couple tries. We got it. We had the best IR one pop up and the best Night Sister one pop up. That's pretty awesome. And then as soon as the mats become available, I don't mind having a Master Qui-Gon thing, but I want to re-roll that to probably to Plo. I think I want to re-roll that to Plo, or maybe just roll a new one with Plo. I want to. That's not the worst effect in the world. But yeah, Shock T is at the bottom of my priority list for Jedi. Oh yeah, no, dude, this one's nuts. This one's insane. Yeah, this one's absolutely crazy. For every, I mean, for JMK, for Qui-Gon Jinn, and GAC, for the whole nine, this one's just absolutely nuts. Yeah, this one's going to be absolutely crazy. I mean, and even Plo isn't horrible. Although maybe, I think if you're splitting it in Grand Arena, you put Koth with Qui-Gon Jinn, and then put Plo with JMK, maybe. Because yeah, this speed up. I mean, it's only 20 speed, but that's a lot of offense. Yeah, none of this is calling out a specific faction. Like ETH is specifically calling out Galactic Republic Jedi, but this literally can go anywhere. This could even actually be pretty nasty under Quadme. Like there's a lot of possibilities in Plos, but yeah, this one's insane for Qui-Gon Jinn. But we need those materials, and we really don't start getting these without spending crystals until Territory War, and then you have to win the Territory War. But again, I don't hate having this as a start, and maybe I'll just keep rolling crons, and like this one for example. I need to farm more of this, but Rogue One's on the bottom of my light side priority just because I'm in Grand Arena. I'm throwing Jin and Radis with Leia. Yeah, the Galactic Republic, like a non-Jedi, non-clone thing, would be a tough one to pull off. I mean, the closest thing we might ever have is if they do, if they update, depending on how these shows keep kicking along, like Ahsoka, where we've got rebels like Hera and all them who are, Phoenix is obviously not a thing anymore. So if they do like an advanced version of them, with a new Republic, maybe a new Republic. Yeah, it wouldn't be Galactic Republic. It would be New Republic though. But yeah, I mean, that would be the closest thing I can see the game getting is if they do a New Republic tag and have a New Republic team. I think that would be the closest because, I mean, every story we have out of the Galactic Republic is typically, centered around right now it's centered around the Jedi or the clone troopers. And there's not really a non-force using or non-clone character that, I mean, there's like Cham Syndulla, I guess, and Bail Organa. You could maybe do a team around those kind of guys. Yeah, and you would be, yes, two are very bad, and you would be breaking up how many other teams for that sort of a combination. Um, but I know we've seen data mined images of like Cham and Bale, so I mean that would be a thing that they could possibly pull off, but that would just be such like a niche. I mean, that would almost seem like a predatory thing to me, actually. Like, Yeah, no, Padme pretty much lives with either JMK or Quadme at this point. Yeah, it was because that actually bringing up Clone Wars Chewie, like they could have given him the Galactic Republic tag, and then they could add in a couple of more Wookiees and make a Galactic Republic Wookiee team. Is something they could do. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to happen. I mean, well, they could also bring in. They could also bring in what's his name. He showed up in the. He was in the Clone Wars, and then he showed up in Bad Batch. That Wookiee Jedi, that Padawan Wookiee Jedi. I can't remember his name. I personally think Satele is right around the corner. With Bastila being in the calendars right now, this isn't an accident. Well, I mean, it's also Dark Bastila, but they're doing this for a reason. These login rewards are never an accident. They're doing this for a reason. So that to me is telling me that we probably have Old Republic stuff coming pretty soon. But yeah, they could add that if anybody remembers that Wookiee Padawan from Bad Batch and the Clone Wars. If anybody remembers his name, he could definitely be brought into the game as a booster for the Wookiee team and as another member for a Wookiee team. I can't remember what season he was in. He might have even been a first season appearance. First or second. He was in one of the earlier episodes. Yeah, Clone Wars had its moments where it was up and down. I'm hoping Lucasfilms, and I asked when I met D. Bradley Baker a couple weekends ago, I asked him about it, but he couldn't stay. I just hope they're smart enough at Lucasfilms to realize we need a Captain Rex show. Yeah, Gungi. There you go. So let's see if we can't. We didn't get a whole lot, but maybe we can. Because this is about the time in Conquest when I'm not streaming that I would usually pause for a few days just to farm datacrons and datacron materials. But I'm going to get us through the rest of Sector 5 before I start doing that. It just gives us something to do mostly while we're talking, playing Conquest and TB. You know, the down weeks with no GAC are just kind of a bummer. But I knew it was going to be Rogue One. I knew it was going to be Rogue One. I had zero doubts in my mind when I hit roll that it was going to be. Ooh, okay, well, there's a Jedi. So we got a Jedi roll. I have a cron with Retaliate already. And this is the roll I just got. There's a lot of stun feats. I probably want this one whenever they grant a buff to another ally. That ally gains 10%. But I mean, this isn't horrible, and especially when you're pairing it with. Is he the one that? No, he's the blind guy. He's the blinder. It's Plo that stuns. Is it Plow that stuns? Yeah, stun all enemies for 1 turn. I mean, he's only got 1 special ability, but yeah, that's the level 6 you want for a Plowcron. And then for him, you want the blind effect. So we could... Oh, they don't have a... Yeah, they don't have... I mean, the incentive is only there if you're going to be a day one. If you're going to day one have Ahsoka and you need Ezra as her booster, that's, you know, but how many people is that going to be? So yeah, we've got a good level 6 for Plo, for stunning. What would be the ideal level 6 for ETH? I mean, Retaliate's not horrible. ETH is Retaliate. So yeah, I should probably focus on just re-rolling that Master Qui-Gon since everything else is already set up. Yeah, that's perfect for Plo. Ooh, I'm gonna need to get more of these. Yeah, let's do it. Hopefully we get enough. Yeah, we got enough. We got enough to do 1 roll on the 9, and hopefully we land. Hopefully we land Plo, and then hopefully I can re-roll. I mean, the good news with Master Qui-Gon being there is, we've got like 2 out of a 3 opportunity to have who we want land. Here it's 25%, could go either way. But you guys have been good luck, so let's see where we end up. Hey, look at that. Look at that. We got F, but we didn't get... But we need to... so we need to re-roll that for Retaliate, which we can do. But then I'm re-rolling a second Kron. But honestly, this thing, re-rolling this is more expensive than re-rolling that. So there it is. There it is. We got the Retaliate on the first try. And then, yeah, this I'm going to need to obviously farm for some of that as well. But I can buy enough to get a couple of rerolls. We can do one. We can do one reroll unless I spend crystals. Nope. So yeah, this will have to go and we'll have to go and farm those as well now, but We're in a decent spot. Basic ability, they gain speed up. Whenever they use a special ability, they gain 15% turn meter. That's yeah, we'll just keep that. That's a nice turn meter feed. Probably more turn meter overall than speed up for 2 turns. Can you hear my TV? I think you were hearing Sammy's tablet. You were hearing Sammy's tablet in the background. I didn't know that you could hear it. He just went to his bedroom with it though. And it's weird because I've never gotten a strike. There's the fair use laws are. The fair use laws are what they are. I've never gotten a strike or a warning. The worst thing I've had happen is I had a portion when we did that Duel of the Fates assault battle the other week, and I played Duel of the Fates for that few seconds. That part of the stream got muted in the video on demand. Because of the Duel of the Fates, but they didn't give me a strike or anything like that. I think stuff like that falls under fair use because of I'm not trying to monetize whatever he's watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making a stream dedicated to what he's got going on his tablet, so they tend to let stuff like that go, and I don't always necessarily have control over what's going on in the background. One of these days, I might have to move everything to a private room, but if it starts becoming an issue, yeah, he doesn't. He has zero filter on his volume. The louder, the better is kind of how he operates. See, and all these guys, you look at everybody up in here, they're all still sitting Datacronless. Because none of them took the foresight to re-roll or switch. Everything got deleted. I started, as soon as I could safely delete this old set, I started safely deleting it so I could start working on stuff. And it's absolutely hilarious. So here, this guy's got a Datacron. So this is what I'm rocking. So we've got Fifth Brother support and we've got Piet for support. It's absolutely hilarious how these teams crumble now without the Padme Cron. And I think people are going to have to do a lot of adjusting. It's just absolutely stunning. Like, you forget how much damage actually gets thrown around. And how much damage we were losing from assists. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how much damage we were losing from assists. Just insane. Just insane how this team is just melting without the Padme Cron. Because you forget, we got so used to those Crons. 3 months of those Crons where these guys were just a giant pain in the ass. And now every time he's landing a stack of Purge, my Datacron effect is kicking in. So my attackers are all gaining 10% critical damage every time he's putting a stack of Purge out. And my Reva's getting 5% defense. And then, obviously, when Piet's landing debuffs, same thing is happening. It's absolutely nuts. But yeah, the damage not being ticked down to just 1 from assists anymore. He just melted a full health cat with a basic. And did you see that? I mean, yeah, this is... I debated on re-rolling this to the protection up, but Ahsoka dispels it enough that, and it can set you up for a rocket from Boba Fett, that it's more of a curse than anything else. So I'll take the speed up on basic, but yeah, the crit damage on these guys is just nuts. I mean, he deleted 2 characters, Maul did, with an AoE. Cakewalk now. Just an absolute cakewalk. And like this account, this guy's a whale, but most of these other accounts are not. So you look at their rosters and their options. Like, he's got 2 choices. He's got JMK and he's got Lord Vader. So a lot of these guys are in that boat where JMK is the best thing they have, and if there's not a good Datacron, they can't really do a whole lot. Okay, well, here, I guess what is going to happen now is we are going to go ahead and I'm going to close out of the game again and see if the update triggers that way. And if not, we'll just hop into TB and we'll do what we can do TB wise. But yeah, this is really kind of weird that it hasn't. Let me just close the EA app all the way out and start it up again. This is really weird. We haven't seen anything yet. Oh, you know what? I should have checked. Hang on. I'm gonna look on mobile real fast, which means it's gonna make me reload this one, but. Yeah, it got delayed for whatever reason. It's not coming through. It's not on mobile yet. Unless this, I've got a loading wheel of death right now on mobile, which is very unusual. Yeah, nothing. Let me see on Discord if they put out a note or something into the updates section about it. But normally I haven't seen much in the way of notifications, and typically I would see a notification about that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, nothing. No updates about what's going on with it. They just said the next Smuggler's Run will be on the 8th of September. So I don't know. Let's just we'll go play some Conquest. It's very unusual. They're typically very prompt with all of this stuff, so I don't really know. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I'm assuming the event is still on for tomorrow. Maybe they encountered an issue. I'm not real sure. Not real sure, but yeah, let's go play in some Conquest stuff. So I'm assuming these platoons aren't filled yet. Nope. So we can't touch the Reva mission. I'll just do that on my own tonight. We'll go ahead and launch into this. We suggest, they suggest IG-12 or PAZ. I suggest IG-12. I do not suggest PAZ. I've never had any luck with PAZ. So yeah, yay mini crate raid, long ass cinematics and all, and of course you can't skip them. But I'm really hoping this update doesn't screw anything up for any of the special missions. That's why I'm always nervous about them. Whenever we've got special missions going on a day where there's supposed to be an update. I mean, the potential for issues is high. Oh, look at that. He ate Bam permanently. We didn't even get a chance to drop our stuff. It is highly unusual for that for him to spit acid that quick. I don't think we're going to be able to save her. Oh, we had enough dots trigger that he's losing. I've never seen him spit acid that quick. I haven't heard complaints about this event being buggy, but like I've never seen him throw acid that fast. That was odd. That was very, very odd. All right, so we are 3-starring this today. Hi, Ted. What's going on, buddy? All right, and we started. Normally, this would be a team I use Inquisitors for, but Inquisitors are dedicated to the Riva mission. Even though I don't think we have anybody in the guild who needs the shards, we still like to do it so we can say, hey, we're currently getting blah 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 in guild recruiting. Although I think we're getting to a point where that's going to be less and less of a selling feature for guilds, because I think it's been a couple of years now. I think most people are probably close, if not there. So I've started using these guys. And ba-boom. It's actually just as fast as Inquisitors, maybe even a little bit faster. It'd be nice to get a few more stacks so the Chomp did a little bit more, but, we'll take the W. Deselect Inquisitors. Deselect Inquisitors. This is the big thing that makes me nervous about waiting for platoons for a special mission, is if you accidentally use a character, you're completely screwing yourself. Hey, Ted, careful, buddy. And now I got the dog over here being rambunctious. Hi, buddy. Yeah, you can hang out. You just can't be crawling all over me. All right, buddy? You're a good boy. Who am I looking? I'm looking for Royal Guard. He hates Maul for whatever reason. He always seems to go after Maul before anybody else. And I mean, and it's funny, if he puts his bleed on Maul, Maul usually dies doing his agonizing assault. So I'm not sure why the coding is the way it is, but it's the way it is. And we're not doing the fleet battle. It's we have it flagged to not be attempted. And this is Jabba nap time. Consistently, one of the only teams I completely trust to set on full auto and just leave it go. There's very few missions on TB I do that for, and anytime Jabba's one of them, he's always one of them. But yeah, my hope for TB going forward is I really, really hope they add Naboo as a bonus planet and give us a new character. Like having Captain Panaka to unlock on Naboo would be awesome for TB. Because the game as a whole has gone away from this play this raid, play this territory battle or whatever to unlock these characters. It's shifted to conquest, obviously, for the most part, for that sort of thing. It'd be nice if they would add planets once a year to have a new character to unlock. And I think Panaka on Naboo would make sense if they could have done Jar Jar that way too, instead of making it a chase event. But you know, they went the route that they did. I have enough of my bounty hunters platooned. This kind of makes me nervous because I don't have Grief. I have Bosk and these three guys, but Grief is obviously a wonderful safety net. And Cyana Django under Boba Fett or under Bosk, whenever he's landing his rockets that do a debuff, heals everybody. So I mean, it's always kind of a nice... we also have Zepho that we can do a little bit of stuff on. We don't 3-star that for a couple of days, though. So I'll have to keep that in mind for teams. But if anybody sees some information on this update, So I'm peeking at the forums, seeing if there's anything out there. I'm not seeing a damn thing. I got that on my iPad. I did a forced reset and it cleared it up. But yeah, it was. I went into the event section and then hit home, and it was this loading wheel. So yeah, there's clearly a behind the scenes issue going on, and they're all on PC client. Interesting, and I haven't had a problem on PC yet. Interesting. Yeah, we'll come back to that one if we need to, but that was about the time that I saw the wheel on my iPad. And what do we need? Yeah, okay, so this is the JMK day. Okay. I thought I'd clicked on this, and apparently I clicked on that. Yep, so I missed that bonus damage. One little misclick might end up costing me this. Because typically what I'll do is I'll click the basic onto the Millennium Falcon and then use his AoE, which should take out at least one of the TIE fighters on the edges, sometimes both. And then we can just hopefully burn Scythe down. But apparently I misclicked. Well, we got Scythe anyways, so I mean, we're still in this, but... I wish they'd give us better angles, space the ships out a bit more. I don't know. There's something. I feel like there's something they could do to make this better. I mean, it's rare that I misclick, and it was 100% my fault. But and if you do key commands and stuff like that, each ship gets assigned a key. So if you're comfortable playing with just keyboard, you can totally target and execute every attack just from key clicks. But and honestly, it legitimately would not hurt my feelings if they pushed Great Mothers back a week because they were having issues. I've enjoyed this time of not having to worry about leveling shit up, and it, again, wouldn't bother me for it to go on for another week. I know that would probably, for GAC, they would love to have her on display for some folks for next week's GAC, but wouldn't upset me in the least if they pushed her. And it does. I mean, clearly something's going on. They're many, 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 many hours late in releasing the update. But I mean, we were all doing this on Monday, waiting for the kit reveal, assuming it would be Monday, like they always are. And even me, being a resident of the United States, forgot that it was a holiday and they were likely closed. And of course, clockwork on Tuesday, the kit reveal showed up. But yeah, there's clearly an issue that they're just not talking about yet. I mean, I'm sure they're probably hoping to get the thing pushed out, but. Oh, they are not happy with my Kenobi today. That happens from time to time. It makes me nervous, but hopefully we can push past it. There's still a lot of damage on the field right now, even with Mara being off the table. Ooh. It's probably game over right there. Yep. It happens from time to time. It's been a while, but that happens. Also, we're only preloading, so the results of these don't really matter that much. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun with the Rolo Omi, which I got way back in the day when we were still doing light side geo, because it turned out to be a pretty big difference maker. Um, you put her in the lead over the CLS team. I would kick out 3PO, but you could keep 3PO and get rid of Chupio if you wanted. It was up to you, completely up to you. Like, you had a lot of flexibility that way. But it was pretty much a guaranteed full waves, whatever node you threw it after. So it was a good investment back then, and it's nice that it's getting a little more use still today. So, like a lot of planets, this is where a nice big chunk of your points is going to come from if you've never played on Zepho. It's quite a bit of fun. And that's it. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward fight. The mission on Mandalore is a little more fun. You get to fight a negotiator with Marauder. Hard stop 120, which everybody loves coming to play here on Zepho. The missions are kind of fun. This is your big mission. Jedi Knight Cal required. The rest of the team is up to you. This is an unaligned force user, light side only team, which can be a pain in the butt, but it's a fun enough mission. You fight an ATST on the second wave, and then this is whatever. I'll throw Mandalorians at this typically, but because my Mandalorians got used somewhere else, Bo got used. Bo and IG, so that takes them off the board for this one. But this mission is fairly straightforward. Some people will say to bring Shock T to always make sure Jedi Master Luke taunts, but I've never really felt like it's necessary. The few times I've tried it, I honestly didn't notice a difference one way or the other. This is my preferred team. Later, when I'm platooning these two guys, this team gets broken up. But as long as you can have Jedi Master Luke and maybe Revan, you can throw a lot of different folks in and get a decent result every time. Oh shoot, I didn't notice that he'd gotten his Jedi Knight. Or I would have used his second special. So if you can get past the first wave, the second wave shouldn't be that much of a problem. I have lost on the first wave before, and I have lost here too. But it was a weird situation where we just got nuked out for whatever reason. It was not a typical result. But you're just trying to build up his stacks to insta kill her, and then the fight's pretty much done. And Kyle's Omi makes a huge difference because of what it brings and what it prevents them from doing. So Jedi Knight, blah blah blah, 50% defense and offense, can't gain force connection. This applies to Jedi, and he puts out force influence on everybody now, and they can't assist, counterattack, or gain buffs. But there is that too. I do have one of his Omis for the healing, and that's just we did that to help us get to this planet. Now I feel like it's, if I could switch it, I would. Like if I could switch it to the other one, I would. But yeah, the Omi to keep the stacks of Impetuous is kind of a big deal. But Sans Omi, which 100% could justify applying it. It would not be a wasted Omi. And especially considering and honestly, the day's probably going to come where we're going to try to 3-star this in one day, and having that Omi would probably become a requirement at that point. Just to make sure we get success in this mission, because if you're trying to 3-star this in one day, even though you don't need to, because it'll, as long as you don't get a star, you can take as long as you want on the planet. But the day might come when we're going to want the teams for other places later on in the TB. So and we actually might nuke her out before he even gets the insta-kill at this point. Which that is actually the first time I've ever nuked her out before I had the insta kill. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't changed mods. I haven't put a bunch of different relic levels on anybody in this team. Like, they're all the same as they were 2 weeks ago. So not certain why, but I'll take the result. See, it's a bit of a gear check. The first wave is a bit of a gear check, a bit of a relic check. But yeah, if you get through that, you should have no problems with the second phase. I don't think I'm gonna. Who do I have? I mean, I could try it with the Quad May team. Oh shit! I lost track of time. I didn't realize it was as late in the day as it was. See, we'll do this. We'll just do this, and then we'll call it a day. Um, this is more fun for me doing this today than it would be later in the week when I have to platoon my Ben. Because obviously Ben makes a nice little safety net for Ray. You know what? We should be able to recharge this before we get to the next wave. I think we'll be okay. Perfect. All right, I need this thing. There we go. This is where her ultimate comes in very, very handy. Survive this first barrage and all this damage, and then hopefully do enough in between to take him out. Seeing that just here it does 0 damage. Her throw. But hey, nice W there. All right, so I didn't realize, again, like I lost track of time. I didn't realize it was getting as late in the day as it was, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here after we do one more check to see if the update pushes through if we restart the game. But I have my doubts that it's going to, and still no news. I just randomly started to echo. Started like 10 seconds ago. That's weird. I'm not hearing the echo in my headset, but just before maybe a glitch, maybe it freaks something out. Yeah, here let's just force close the EA app. I'm checking Discord real quick. Again, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, if they haven't pushed any news and this updated in the background, I have no clue. No idea. But yeah, we'll take a peek here and we'll see. I doubt it's going to be there, but if we didn't check, if I just ended the stream and didn't check, it was definitely going to be there. So, yep, no update. So I don't know what's up. I guess we'll find out later. But been lots of fun, guys, as always. Had a great time opening Datacrons with you. Maybe we'll do more of that tomorrow. Do some Datacron farming with just some regular Conquest play. And then I'm hoping we'll get to do the Great Mothers event. But at this point, I'm having my doubts. I'm having some doubts. So we'll see what goes down. And we'll deal with the Great Mothers whenever they add them. You know, I mean, if it's not tomorrow, it'll be Friday. And if it's not Friday, it'll be next week. So we'll deal with it when it comes. But yeah, we'll have that gameplay. And we'll just keep going with Conquest and TB and, you know, counting down the days till GAC fires up again. But I've had a really good time, guys. Appreciate you being here. I am going to go and help the family get ready for dinner and help out with Sam and all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll be back same time tomorrow. You know, hopefully preparing for the Great Mothers event, but I guess there's only time will tell on that. But everybody have a good night. Good luck with all your stuff. Hope everything goes well for everybody. And yeah, we will catch you tomorrow, guys. Have a good one. Take it easy.